Saturday night, live from Times Square, New York City, 9:20 p.m. NFL Week 9. This is Alphabet's Whiteboard edition, where we just spitball, throw out some ideas, build some SGPs. Looks like FanDuel is down, at least for me, and it is for Zach too. So, and I'm locked out of my DraftKings account. And so I logged into my old BetOnline account. I haven't accessed it in I don't know how long, year and a half, 2 years. I had $1,500 on it.
SGP money.
SGP money. So I don't remember that, but so we can use that. So no FanDuel, at least for now. So not going to get as good at pricing because it seemed like, you know, Zach, you use BetOnline to build your SGPs, and you're always getting shit prices.
Yeah.
Compared to when we build something similar on FanDuel. Like we tested that out.
And FanDuel allows you to do the choose your price alts from a game script perspective, which is nice.
Yeah, sure. Like there's more optionality when you're thinking about alt overs, alt spreads. Yeah.
And I've noticed this week, by the way, on BetOnline, their passing yard max overs are nuked. At least from the quarterbacks I've been just looking up. So, you know, you're going to get your quarterback max over by 70 yards, and it's going to be like plus 300. It's not going to be like plus 700 or anything sexy.
What's going on, Darnell? Good evening.
The man, he capitalized on us last week.
I know.
Love to see it.
He made more money than we did.
Yeah, on SGPs probably, because I think again, and it's something I was trying to reiterate with us last week, and maybe we'll do a better job this week, is finding the core. So you can always think from a big lottery ticket perspective, but then come back to the core of the thesis, just so you can capitalize if that thesis is correct, like the Bengals, like the Saints and Shaheed, or like, you know, whatever the case is. You know, get that plus 400, because if you hit the base, it'll cover all your SGPs and you'll be in the money. So it's a win-win-win.
Yeah. You increase your exposure, of course, but I mean, hey, what are you doing this for?
You can split up your exposure, though. You do, you know. That's what I mean, is finding ways to like split up the exposure so you're not over leveraged in one direction.
Darnell, are you eyeing any specific matchups this week? Again, we had no buys last week, so we had a full slate of games. There are some buys this week, so a smaller slate, but still definitely some good matchups, especially from, you know, potential points kind of perspective. Obviously, Dolphins Chiefs right off the bat in Germany. The Bills Bengals could be good. Cowboys Eagles could be good. I think Commanders Patriots could be sneaky good from a points perspective. And even Ravens Seahawks possibly.
Yeah, I could see that. I put this in the article, and so anyone listening like Darnell, I kind of want to I've already actually placed a bet on it. I want to dip into that Patriots Washington a little bit. I honestly think this is a huge variant type game where either Sam Howell is just going to get completely Belichicked, or there's going to be a good chance of like in the high 20s type game, both directions. So I'm wondering, what do you think? And is there value either direction?
Is that where you want to start?
Yeah, let's start. Because again, I think that's a good off-market game because of the 3 big games this week. That just won't get as much love because people are scared. Right?
What are you buying?
Probably still sucks. No. Well, I think so. Curtis Samuel's out. So we go to the receiving props, kind of starting there, assuming this kind of like overs angle. What's his name's out too? The lead receiver for the Patriots hurt his leg.
Oh,
so,
yeah. He's like out for the season, no?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think this could be a big Jahan Dotson game again. Like he capped 100 yards, hit his biggest game last week, 10 targets, like 8 catches for like 100 yards or so. And what's interesting is on Bet Online, I mean, check this, 116 yards. He's plus 2,300, almost 24 to 1. I mean, 116 yards for a Sam Howell-led offense that is playing a banged-up Patriots defense. I mean, if he does go over, if it is a big, 3 touchdown type passing game for Sam Howell, I mean, it's either Terry McLaurin or him or his backs. So
I mean, we didn't like Dotson last week, even with Samuel out.
But Samuel again, and he played well, and he went over.
So you think he redeemed himself?
Again, so it reminds me a little bit like, yes. I mean, so Dotson, I did a little more research because he's in my fantasy leagues, and I like have him in a couple teams. He was never supposed to be like an explosive Antonio Brown level comp. He's more of like a Chris Godwin kind of upside. But if he's going to get 10 targets and he's getting 10 yards a pop, right? Like, I mean, that's right in the wheelhouse of getting over that 100-yard mark. And so you could even go a little less, 106 yards plus 1380, 96 yards plus 780. 86 plus 465. So like, I mean, they're completely giving you all the opportunity to his upside. So that it's just very interesting to me. I think I've already played a Dotson. I might try to play another one at maybe a lower price. Again, assuming this kind of Sam Howell script. So why don't we play that out?
Pretty crazy. I guess that is pretty crazy.
Because again,
I don't think see FanDuel that goes out this far. It usually stops around the plus 500, plus 700 range.
That's the thing. Normally they do, but they try to. That's why I like the George Pickens ones for this past week, is he was also like plus, ridiculous number, and I'm like, that's not well priced. Like for what this could be, especially with a Pickens, you just need one big catch and you're almost there. So if we go to Dotson, let me check him out one more time on my. Yeah, so he's been playing 85% of snaps the whole season. Last week, he had 10 targets. He caught 8 of them. He had 108 yards. Granted, playing Philly, they knew they had to throw the ball down the field a little bit. Yards per catch, 10.8. My question is, just like the Justin Fields comp when they went all over Denver, and the next week they did the same thing to Washington. Why not run it back? It's kind of like you don't have to predict the opposite. They're just mispricing something that just happened. So again, because they're playing out averages over the season, it's like Washington's gonna have to score in this game, right? I mean, trade away 2 defensive linemen. Writing's on the wall. It's Sam Howell's chance to really prove that he's the long-term starter. I don't know. Sam Howell's better than the market thinks. Generally speaking, just because of the sack machine and turnovers he's had, like the assumption is he sucks, but he's definitely better than all the first-year starting quarterbacks this year, besides like CJ Stroud. So,
Patriots defense definitely gotten better over the last few weeks, ranked 16th from an EDP per drive perspective. 27% explosive drive rate.
If we go,
that's one of the better ones.
And Terry McLaurin he's pretty good pricing too. I mean, 100 yards at plus 425. So again, you could probably pick your poison depending which direction you want to go. I just like going to the well again. Like what I was trying to say is it reminds me of Addison. The week before we keyed on him and Hawkinson to have an explosive game to beat the 49ers in the Discord was because I watched the tape the week before and Addison was keyed on down the field. He just dropped a pass that was right, hit him in the chest. Another one got batted at the line of scrimmage that was being thrown his way 30 yards down the field. So, like, I'm not predicting the unpredictable. Like, the Vikings were trying to get Addison the ball.
There's a precedent. There's a precedent.
So we're keying on a precedent that's just mispriced based on that precedent is what we're trying to do.
And Patriots give up 2.3 EDP per drive from a passing perspective. much worse from a passing defense than a run defense. So that would be good.
And one thing that people noticed last week, right, with Howell, is he only had 1 sack versus the Eagles. And what everyone was saying is Howell got rid of the ball much faster than previously. I forget the exact number, but it was like much closer to a Tua type release than previously. And well, what happened last week to the Patriots? They gave up 257 yards to receivers who dominated, obviously Tyreek and Jalen Waddle. So again,
that's like the best offense in the NFL.
Yeah, it's the best offense. So even but even so, Howell throwing the ball quickly, getting it to his best weapons consistently throughout a game. Can he get 200 yards to his receivers? Sure. Who's going to get those yards? And maybe a package of McLaurin and Dotson base with Howell is a way to go from a core perspective, and then kind of leveraging up on whoever you think has the better opportunities. And again, I see a scenario where none of this happens.
Thomas.
I mean, Logan, maybe. I mean, let's see how he's been keyed on as of late.
Definitely was keyed in on that Bears game that we streamed.
Yeah,
dominating target.
Well, but that was because they nuked all of Sam's ability to throw down the field, so he just had to dump it off. Basically said, you're not going to come back on one throw. Let me see.
So how do I... Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, I mean, Thomas has had 6 and 8 targets the last 2 weeks. So another one, I mean, 4 and 6 receptions. So for me, I would probably do Thomas's receptions if I'm going to add him in any kind of SGP angle. He's at ding, 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 ding. He's at 4 at minus 108. So yeah, I think that's a nice base, adding Logan Thomas in. But what about the Patriots? I mean, are we running it back with your boy Douglas?
I think so. I mean, it's different with him being a number 1, but
is it?
Yeah, so Dotson, Sam Howell 250, Howell 3 touchdowns is plus 7,000.
Well, that's good.
I know you hate touchdowns.
I mean, if you want to do your lottery ticket first, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. But again, BetOnline will nuke your shorter options once you go over the top. They will max you out fast, especially if they think you're sharper than the average dude. I mean, all right. So Douglas had 7 targets again last week. That's what we keyed on. He had 6 versus Buffalo, 7 last week. He got 5 for 25 yards. But now our man is out. He had his most snap percentage, 77% for Douglas. A part of me wonders, though, and hear me out, is this could very well be Howell turnover game, sacked game, and Patriots just run the ball. So that's why I'm less interested in like a Patriots, stack from a wide receiver Mac Jones perspective, and more interested in the probability that like if it's a shootout, it's good for Sam Howell. If Washington's behind heavily, it's good for Sam Howell. You know what I'm saying? Like we've seen this movie before. So that's why I'm not as interested in the Patriots side of it. But it could be an option.
What's the I'll leave the SGP page here, but like what's the total on this game?
I think it's 40. Let me see. You
low.
go to game markets. The game market has it at 41.
Oh yeah, that rookie Booty.
Booty? You like some booty? You want some booty? How much does he normally play though? And isn't?
I mean, they're banged up, so.
Let's see. Oh no, he didn't play last week. I mean, you can't. I mean, I have no idea. This guy hasn't played all season. No way to know. No precedent. No idea.
But that means his prices may be like super depressed. Let's see.
I mean, yeah. I mean, how many snaps will he get? I don't know. How do we even handicap an angle on him?
I don't even see him on here.
Yeah. Then he's not. He may not even be like a key starter.
Yeah, so Bourne and Parker both out.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's good for Douglas. I mean, he's got 6 targets last week.
Yeah,
maybe Douglas
50 yards, so it's not like he's, you know, I mean,
What about his
90 yards is. Yeah, this is pretty wild. Like, I do like this. Like, Bet Online has like the plus 2,000 price target for wide receiver overs. That's very nice because even FanDuel doesn't have that.
Yeah. Well, again, but it's not all of them. Like they'll nuke certain players. Let's see. That's why last week, who do we like? Jalen Waddle. Fucking, I think he capped it, or he was really close. It was like plus 1,200 at like 120 yards or something.
Yeah, sure. Well, for some players like that, who's like,
well, because he hadn't exploded yet. Yep, exactly. But yeah, that's why I think, and again, dude, even Terry McLaurin, like, I mean, I guess you're keying on I think the best game script is, again, I don't really see a shootout. I do see more of like a Patriots play sound ball, run it, get a turnover or two, and Washington's in catch-up mode.
So just looking at some totals, Seahawks Ravens is 44. It's one of the higher ones. Colts Panthers 44. Cowboys Eagles 47. Bills Bengals 50.5. And of course Dolphins Chiefs at 50.5 as well.
Yeah. But you see how they nuke the totals? So your Sam Howell 250 minus 114, 320 plus 246. 70 yards difference and like nothing. Completely nuke the juice with the juice. Might as well take the base and just put on the receivers.
Yeah. I mean, Mac Jones's numbers are way too low here. Plus 300 for 300 yards?
But maybe. I mean, but then to me, you're really putting this as an Eagles-Washington type game where it's going to be... Patriots are going to run the ball. I think they want to run the ball. I just don't see them being as...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the Mac Jones numbers are way too low. Like,
low,
Mac Jones at plus...
Yeah.
I'm saying Mac Jones 300 yards should be like plus 800.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, like I said, it seems like they've keyed on some quarterback overs and completely nuked the price. So your max overs are not being...
Yeah, I don't like that.
So... But that's actually why I've tended to lean away from QBs. Because again, I think what BetOnline's trying to do, obviously, is...
What do you mean lean away from QBs? Like, I mean...
Well, no.
If you're going to do Dotson plus 116...
No, I'm talking about a value. I'm just talking about the value of what you're getting. I'm not going to do Sam Howell plus 320 yards for an extra bump and paying the juice when I'll just do 250.
You don't have to go that high, but you can still do Sam Howell plus 250.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's his base.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, it's not worth the max leverage on a QB with these SGPs. You might as well just do the base. And then leverage up with some correlated Dotson or Logan Thomas or, whoever. But don't make the quarterback the leveraged leg because you're not getting any value for it, is all I'm saying.
All right. So what's another game you want to focus on? What about Saints versus terrible Bears defense?
I mean, do they do it again? I actually kind of wondered if this could be a Bears Rashawn Johnson come out party, but that was very speculative, so no. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah,
I think they're still going to give the ball to what's his name? Deontay Foreman. Who I like. Oh, his numbers are super depressed, dude.
Yeah, that's not bad actually.
Deontay Foreman, 36
You think he's
yards?
gonna get like? Yeah, I mean, I don't. Why wouldn't they be given? So Roshan Johnson's like healthy. He's gonna be in. Like,
Well, hold on a sec. I mean, I think there's value on potentially both. I mean, but
why do they want to keep feeding Foreman? You learn nothing.
I mean,
Give the ball to Johnson.
I think they know that they're both actually better than people think. Like, I don't know. And Foreman's played well, so I don't know. I mean, I agree with you in theory. It's just
Saints
like
got one of the best run EDPs. So
yeah, but the Bears' only chance is to just run it. And the Bears are like the second best team as far as running the ball this season.
So make sure you're thinking through volume.
Well, volume and the Bears are actually like effective running it. Like they're not a bad running team. That's like their best asset. They abandon it or don't use it right sometimes.
Roshan
I think they're behind
Johnson,
the Ravens.
Plus 880 for 88 yards.
Yeah, but again, it's like, are they going to feed him the ball? Like, I have no idea.
Yeah,
and the Saints did get the Saints. Well, but I mean, but where's like, how do we know? Like his usage is not there. So, I mean, Zach Moss and
Sometimes
Jonathan
you got to
Taylor.
call the turn.
Zach Moss and Jonathan Taylor both tore up the Saints. Granted, they have the offensive line, but that's why I was looking into this game. But again, the Bears aren't even the Colts from an offensive line perspective. But they do know how to run the ball. I mean, that's, Khalil Herbert was having a pretty good season until he got hurt.
I mean, that's also with
Deontay Foreman looked very good the last what game did he look really good? They won versus the Raiders. Fucking unstoppable. Just like, again, it's the Raiders defense, but running really well. So
yeah, this is definitely a different beast in the Saints.
And if memory serves, one angle you could look at is Foreman, when he played for the Panthers, tore up the Saints as well. So this isn't a first showing for a Foreman upside performance. I mean, his yard at 36 at his base sounds like ridiculously low. Like for him, they're going to give him the ball 10 times.
Again, hopefully that's basically maybe pricing a little bit of this idea that they're going to lean more on Johnson because there's way more to learn from feeding Johnson than Foreman is.
If we had any insight that might happen, I would say, fuck it, let's roll the. I mean, I was looking at this from a Rashawn Johnson game script perspective, but I have no idea. Complete guess on our part for me.
Let's see here.
They have Alvin Kamara really low too. Only 57 yards, minus 115. How are the Bears versus the run real quick? Let me pull them up.
Actually, that's not bad. Because, I mean, if in what kind of game script...
They've been feeding Kamara, I mean, ever since he came back. So I don't know. So look at this. All right, you ready? So, wait, no. Running backs versus the Bears. What I want to see...
What's the most rushing yards Kamara's had this season?
Let me pull up. Kamara. He's had, 51, 80, 68, 62, 59. So about 59, 60 yards. They have his base at 57.
Yeah.
He's only gone
like a 100-yard game from Kamara, plus 345.
I mean, just his volume at his shitty 3.6 average or whatever. I mean, if he's going to get 17 carries, which is what he's been getting.
First of all, let's start over here. Let's start with, okay, let's not even necessarily focus on the Saints game. We can if we want. Darnell asked, what's Rashid... what's his prices look like? Have they adjusted super heavy?
I mean, normally when a guy explodes, they nuke it, but let's see.
100 yards plus 930 still.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. That's one big pass play and 2 other catches. Not even one other catch. 40-yarder and a 6-yard touchdown.
Let's just do Rashid with a touchdown. Let's see how much it changes. plus 50. Nah.
Well, and by comparison, DJ Moore over 100 yards is plus 237 with Bagnet being the QB. I mean, I know he's going to get more volume, but not really worth it.
Yeah, I think. Could we just do the Rashid like plus 930? Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if BetOnline. Can you try to single bet it? I don't think you can. I think you have to have 2 legs to bet it. What you might be able to just do is receptions.
1 bet not placed.
Yeah, you might have to do what is his receptions at?
Let's do.
You could do his 2 receptions plus minus 295 just to like get you the second leg. He's not going to go over 100 yards with 1 catch, so that's an easy one to do.
Let's see. I'm trying to. What about? Nah, that sucks.
What sucks? Diak?
Jalen Johnson, best Bears cornerback, will cover Thomas and Olave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Bears otherwise have shitty corners.
Yeah. I mean, just do 2 receptions. If you want just a Shaheed, do 2 receptions, and then over 100 yards. It's 103 yards, I think, but
yeah.
I mean, if you like that, let me see. What are their games?
What's his receptions?
2. Just do the 2, the minus 251 for 2.
2 for 100 yards. So just 2.
Well, no, it's 2 plus. So if he gets 5 catches, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you said you just wanted Shaheed's yards, so I'm just saying that's a way to pair it. Like he has to catch the ball 2 times to go over his yardage.
Yeah.
So it's moot.
Yeah.
Jaron.
I mean, adding the 3 basically makes it nothing. Doesn't add anything.
Yeah, well, that's why I just do the 2.
Right.
Ooh, that looks juicy.
Bet not placed.
Oh, you gotta refresh your page. Like sometimes it times out. You gotta like refresh your page before you like build your stack.
All right. Once we get this Rashid in, what's next? Like, let's think about again the script. So the story first, and then how do you make money from that story?
Yeah, that's what we did with the Bengals last week on the pod. That's what.
Okay, so tell me.
So let's look at the slate. Yeah. Let's look at the slate. Like, I mean, I kind of did the Commanders, but we already did that one. So let's do a different one. I mean, it's tough. So, all right. So how about this? I mean, the Colts are going to ram it down the Panthers' throat and pull away. And so you're just going to get a heavy run script for the Colts. Very simple, very straightforward.
Super boring.
It is boring, but making money is boring. You want an alt game script like fucking Dallas blows at Philly? I don't know. How about this? All right. This is a little more exciting. Aiden O'Connell goes off against the Giants with Devontae Adams. A little more exciting.
But do you believe that?
But again, I didn't believe the Bengals were going to win by 14 against the 49ers, but I thought they could win and have an alt cover. I thought it was, there's a chance. Better than 1%.
Yeah. The thing is, Giants defense not terrible.
Yeah, but they've also overplayed the last couple weeks. Man, maybe that's the real Giants defense.
Let's look at bad defenses. Chargers, bad defense.
Who do they
Dolphins,
play?
bad defense. Broncos, they're off. Panthers, bad defense. Okay. Let's.
I told you the
Cardinals.
Colts. You don't like the Colts
Yeah.
angle, but
Well, it's just because, like, I mean, just running all over them. Like, okay, let's do Colts.
well, I just like my. Wait, did they nuke the price? They might have nuked the price entirely. Motherfuckers. Yeah,
Okay.
the prices are fucking nuked on the running backs. But they know. They know what we're trying to do here, fuckers. It's actually, you know what that kind of reminds me of? It's actually a good sign that if you just want to bet Jonathan Taylor's like mid prop, like 72 yards, probably getting a pretty good price because they are completely nuking his upside.
Yeah, see, I think when we have access to FanDuel with this,
Yep. Well, let's check again. Maybe
that would be a good way to cross correlate. Michael Wilson just got ruled out for Cardinals. Look for Marquise
Oh.
McBride to go off with the Cardinals for Darnell. And he liked McBride to begin with. You liked McBride last week. That definitely hit.
Yeah, I was all over him. Well, so you got the rookie quarterback, right? He's playing, so who's he going to keep?
Rookies like to target the big dudes.
Yeah. Oh, which is why I like. He's not a rookie, but Heineke coming in. Drake London's not playing. Could be a Kyle Pitts breakout game. Is an angle I was looking for.
There we go. 37.5 total on Vikings Falcons.
That's so low.
38 for Cardinals Browns. See, this is the thing was what makes me nervous about anything Cardinals.
Yeah.
I mean, you're playing at the Browns.
No,
ostensibly the best defense.
Well, what's the weather like? If it's bad weather, it's it's even worse. Woo! Kyle Pitts is looking juicy. Juicy Kyle Pitts.
All right, let's try this.
I mean, can he get over 100 yards? Let's see. How's he been used recently?
Kyle Pitts. What's his best game this year? Can you tell me?
He had 7 for 87 versus Houston.
Okay.
And 84, he's plus 540. That's pretty good. I mean, if you're looking for like a min plus upside, like, I mean, because look, Drake
his
London's
best game this year is 84 yards.
Yeah, 87 yards.
Darnell,
and he's hit
Pitts angle.
He's hit over 44 times, just in the 40s. And that's what his base is at, 44. But yeah, so I mean, I think the values on the upside here is baking in Kyle Pitts is going to get his 11 targets. Again, no Drake London. So when Heineke's passing, who's he looking for? Mac Hollins? Kyle Pitts?
Kyle Pitts, 104 yards, plus 1,300.
Yeah. 114 yards plus 1,750. Or is that pushing it? Might be pushing it.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's once you got the plus 1,300, I don't.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. If he can get over 100 yards, and again, let's just go back. I'm gonna go back to his numbers from 2000, even last year when he had a bust year. Yeah, he had no 100-yard games last year, but we all know that was a complete bust year. I mean, his rookie season. His rookie season, he did go over 100 yards 3 times. Detroit, Miami, Jets it went over. Yeah, I mean, I don't. The only thing I will say about this game, okay?
Yeah.
Is a part of me wonders, even though he's not really getting the usage you want, but like, is this Bijan Robinson's breakout game? Because Atlanta wants to run it. Heineke's in, like, they just don't want to make mistakes and just make the throws that need to happen. The problem is they haven't really been giving Robinson as much love as you would have hoped. So he had 74% snap share, which is back to where he was. And he had 11 runs. Earlier in the season, he was getting 19, 10, 14, 14, 13. So you got to peg him. I mean, he's getting 5 yards a tote. Even last week versus Tennessee, he had 62 yards rushing on 11 carries and a touchdown. I mean, you got to think, man. I mean, Bijan's going to get some. He's going to get 10 carries. If he breaks one, we're going over, baby. I mean, this is literally Breece Hall 101. Like, the reason that Breece Hall overhit when he was plus 800 or plus 900 to go, plus 123 that first game versus Denver, the thing I keyed on was specifically when they said there is no cap on Breece Hall. So it was being priced like he's going to get 12 carries, but he got 18 carries. That's all we fucking needed. The problem is it doesn't seem like they want to give Bijan Robinson 17 carries. He's only got 19 once. The rest has been 14, 14, 13, 11, 10, 10. But even so, if he breaks one, I mean, this dude, you've seen him play. Like, he's like this close all the time from just like, if he breaks that one tackle, boom. 120 yards plus 890. God, if they would give him 18 touches. If only.
Yeah, see.
Only.
Yeah. And the other thing, what makes it tough with any sort of passing game script for Atlanta is, I mean, is Minnesota going to keep up, or is Atlanta going to try and smoke them? I don't think Atlanta's going to try and smoke them.
No, I think the reason they're starting Heineke is because they want to get the win. They want to take the Ritter variance out of the equation with Kirk Cousins out. I mean, and maybe they were going to bench him anyways, but I think this made it like we gotta go with the solid quarterback that's not going to fuck us.
This is not terrible. This is a nice boost, actually, because obviously they're not greatly correlated, or they're not really probably correlated at all. But if you get the Pitts 100 yards, Bijan 100 yards, plus 6,400.
Well, it's hard. I mean, maybe. I mean, you'd have to get a lot of those yards in the first half with Pitts, though, is the problem. It's only like, because again, if the issue with Atlanta specifically is if they are having great success running, they will literally just run it, only run.
Yeah.
So it's very hard. Like, you got to pick your angle, I think.
Thing is, we've seen those games this year where they had Ritter throw 40 times.
Well, so to me, if you're going to do that, then you might as well price in the Vikings being competitive. And so getting like Hawkinson involved or some other angle. And that's another question to ask. Is Evan Hall a closeted Mike White that's just going to fucking outplay what everyone thinks he can do?
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's been pressure on the Vikings line. I mean, it's back to 4. It was 4.5 down to then hit 3.5. Now it's bounced back to 4.
Well, I'll say this:
been some buying pressure on the Vikings. So
the only reason I would be nervous not taking the Vikings is because of Heineke. I just think Heineke's a more competent quarterback than Ritter. So I don't know.
Jordan Jefferson's not, or Justin Jefferson's not back, right?
No.
Man, Jaron Hall's prices are expensive. I mean, plus 400 for him to hit 275.
What? I almost want to do the under on him then. Well, I told you. Oh yeah, they again. I told you they're nuking all of the upside of the quarterbacks. They're tired of getting smashed. I mean, even some. It might be one of my favorite bets of the week is Bijan Robinson over his base as a parlay leg with other SGPs. Like, just put him in as a leg. Like a couple weeks ago, like I really like CeeDee Lamb when he had like 150 yards.
You're talking about like over 60 yards.
Well, so for instance, if you like, for instance, Rashid, right? If you're like, I like Rashid, I want another leg, but I don't like this game. Throw in a Bijan in that, if that's an angle you like.
At the 60.
Yeah, his 60 yards type thing.
Okay, so Bijan 60 yards, Pitts 100 yards is plus 2,500.
Maybe. Again, the more I think about it, though, I'm like, I like a Pitts breakout game with Heineke without London, but then it's going to be
If you
a
add
competitive
Minnesota
game.
+4 to like if it's going to be again competitive, then you got +6,500.
Then you get backdoored in OT. It's possible.
Well, if it goes to OT, then you could, and you've already hit your prop angles. You could hedge.
Potentially. Yeah, I mean, again, it's hard because it's just hard because I see the game script going so specifically now. It's hard for me to even back Pitts unless, again, like if I'm gonna back Pitts, I'm gonna do Hawkinson and Addison because like it means Hall's doing a good job. He's getting the ball to the top key players. They probably have. I mean, yeah, their number is 45 for Addison, 46 for Hawkinson. How many receptions? Hawkinson might be a great play for receptions. Nah, his numbers are too high for receptions. 6.
Terrible. We're not coming up with anything good.
Well, let's try. Do you have a take on the Rams Green Bay?
I don't think that's going to be a good game in Lambeau. I mean, Packers defense can be tough, but their offense sucks. I don't think this is a great SGP game unless. No,
Yeah.
just.
I mean, question. Why? Let me ask you this.
I mean, again, like let's see. If we do like something with like Christian Watson or something, because again, like let's see
Well, you know what it might be. Maybe we're overthinking it. Maybe the angle is just going the keying on some of the big games. Your Buffaloes, your Bills, Bengals, your Chiefs, Dolphins. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, again, Rams defense is bad, very bad. Getting worse, I think. Jordan Love. Let's see, where's he going?
What about Aaron Jones breakout game? 90 yards plus 330.
Oh, see, I like this. Christian Watson, 114 yards plus 1,400.
Oh, that's interesting.
104 plus 830. That's not bad.
Yeah, I like the 104 a little better.
You like the 104, yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's see, what can we do if he gets touchdown? Again, like long touchdown.
Yeah, that's generally his MO.
Yep. 1,300. Jordan Love. This is a game Jordan Love bounces back. Everyone gets excited about him again. 284. What can you tell me what's the most Jordan Love's thrown for this year?
It's not a lot. 1 sec. What the fuck? It took way too long to pull that up. 259, 246, 245, 229. The best games. It's just he's not.
It sucks.
Yeah. Sucks. And again, if Stafford's probably not going to play, so how well does he really need to play for them to win the game? Like this kind of smells like a like fade all the Rams. Like kind of like a week 1 versus Chicago game script. 15 completions, 245 yards, 3 touchdowns. Ran the ball more, got the ball in Aaron Jones' hands more.
Yeah, but again, like this just sounds like, oh, okay, it's gonna be a fucking boring game. Like there's not a lot of.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm saying an alt scenario here is like the Packers offense comes alive versus a bad defense at home.
well, so all right. So how about this? Week 1 versus Chicago, Aaron Jones had a 47% snap share. Okay, Last week was 51%, most of the season. He had 7 carries. He had 5 targets. Now, he only had 29 yards rushing in the 17 catching versus Minnesota. But versus the Rams, you know, you could play the upsides of those. If he breaks out, excuse me.
Yeah, so he's going to be like on a smaller snap count. Or
is he? I thought they were unleashing.
No, he's been on a snap count. So
yeah. So, but they keep increasing it.
Yeah.
So it should be the most plays he gets of the season. So, so if he gets a good screen pass, let's say 52 yards, and 80 yards rushing, I could see that happening.
Okay, I see.
That's
You're saying like a heavy
Aaron Jones touchdowns. Maybe do one Aaron Jones touchdown. See, that's pretty juicy. That's pretty solid. So Aaron Jones, 52 receiving yards, 80 rushing yards, and a touchdown, plus 2,200. I like it enough to bet it. I think
that's not bad. 52 receiving. Ah, god damn, that's a big game. 52 receiving yards, 80 rushing.
Yeah, that's one of the classic Aaron Jones, 40-yard screen pass.
Yeah.
Or wheel route or something like that. But again, if he's playing if he's gonna play 60%, he's gonna get a couple more touches. Like that's what he does. I mean, that's against. I'll put a little bit, not a lot, but what about it? Plus 2,200. Fuck, I gotta reload. Fucking better.
I like it. I'm gonna do 42 yards.
I like it.
That's plus 1,400.
Yeah, they nuke it. They want you to roll the dice. And maybe there's a better angle, right? This is kind of why I want to talk through this. Like, what about? I mean, if Stafford's not playing, if we think Green Bay and Aaron Jones is going to have a good type of game, why not just bet Green Bay minus 3.5? Like, if Green Bay doesn't cover this, and Stafford's not playing, I think the Rams, then it's a weird game and Rams are going to win. It's just like Love is actually really terrible. They saw, you know what I'm saying? Like everything's going wrong with Green Bay now. But if this is a comeback game where they have things kind of figured out a little better, I don't know. I feel like Green Bay should win this then, like comfortably.
I can see it.
So let's do a Green Bay. Green Bay wins by margin. Aaron Jones plus 42 receiving. Do minimum.
Actually, I guess, don't necessarily need Jordan Love yards, but I could see Jordan Love still, like, he's thrown for 3 touchdowns before and, had, like, 200 yards passing.
Yep.
But 3 touchdowns plus 320. God damn. I mean, these bet online prices are just not as good as FanDuel.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. These are the worst prices I've seen of the season. And it's a week I don't even love. So it's been a hard week to find what I like. Wait, what? Oh, they completely nuked that. Okay.
Yeah, I think to your point, like, let's just go Dolphins Chiefs. Let's see what this looks like. Like, let's just max some shit out, see what happens.
Yeah. And hey, if we really think about it, all right, take Dolphins, Chiefs, Bengals, Eagles games, okay? Those 3 games. One of those, is going to be a shootout, okay? Which like all the max overs are gonna like be live to hit, right? Like, if not, maybe 2 of them, but definitely probably one of them is gonna, like, we're talking 35, 31, just neither offense can be stopped.
Yeah, so Mahomes 355.
God, they
4
nuked that.
touchdowns.
It's not even. Is it even worth it? They nuked the fucking price so hard.
Yeah, this is terrible, man.
Just
I mean,
do his
Mahomes
base.
355 yards plus and 4 touchdowns is plus 700.
What? Can we take the opposite of that? Well, maybe not in this game, but
I mean, even Mahomes 5 touchdowns is plus 750. I mean, he hasn't thrown for 5 touchdowns in when's the last time he threw for 5 touchdowns?
And with this offense, yeah.
Oh man, BetOnline.
Yeah, I mean,
I think what I like about BetOnline is you can take like the ridiculous wide receiver numbers, but like other than that, if it's like too obvious, it's way.
well, but that's why you have to key on things that they haven't priced in well yet. But yeah, once a guy's kind of hit, they nuke all the prices. How about this one? Is Jeff Wilson getting like more back market share now? I feel like I've been hearing things about that. Jeff Wilson, let me see.
See, what if we do a Rishi Rice breakout game?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be tough corners, but Patty's got to throw to somebody.
Ooh, see, I like this actually. MVS, because again, he just needs to get like one like huge pass.
Yeah.
87 yards plus 1,300, and then he gets that touchdown.
See, I like that. Well, and you know what's interesting about that with MVS is, I mean, Patty's going to play the Dolphins, high-scoring offense, versus Tyreek Hill. Like, Tyreek's getting 40-yard touchdowns every fucking game. You don't think Pat wants to fucking air it out a little bit? I mean, this dude has a little bit of a gunslinger mentality attitude. Like, if he thinks he can get MVS down the field, he's gonna fucking throw it to MVS down the field just to show it to Tyreek and Tua. Like, that's just so I like this MVS angle. Let me make sure he's getting what's his playing time.
All right, so MVS, 87 yards with a touchdown, and the Chiefs spread is plus 3,800.
I like that. Of course, I don't know if I love with the Chiefs spread. I think that's kind of like could be a shootout that just. So MVS, and he's gone over 84 yards before 2 weeks ago versus the Chargers.
Hey.
Keep trying with these 3 games. I'm gonna be right back. Keep trying with this game, but I like this MVS.
I was gonna be
Oh, you gotta be right back too. Are you? You gonna take a shit?
No idea. I was gonna get some candy real fast.
Oh, okay. Get some candy, then I'm gonna go take a shit.
How long is that gonna take?
Quick, bro. Dude, it's ready. It's ready. Because I just had a big bowl of ramen. But yeah, the scaling option down the field, kind of trying to stick it to Tyreek a little bit, I really think is interesting. Let's try. You know what no one's talking about? You know what I think is like the most obvious one that seems like of the 3, the least amount of people are going to be playing is like the Philly Dallas overs. The last 2 years these teams have like with Jalen Hurts, haven't they just been like fucking like Eagles have scored at will?
Raheem Mostert, 113 yards is plus 640.
Yeah, Chiefs had played pretty well against the run, except last week they gave up 90 yards or something. But they ran the ball like 26 times. The Broncos. That was a game script.
I guess I'll just do this MVS. with the touchdown.
Yeah.
I need to throw one more thing in there.
I mean, maybe. I mean, again, you don't have to go for the grand slams every time. Like, this is the type of week that I'm not seeing a lot of grand slams unless we key on like a Dallas Philly game that's like, oh yeah, you know, we're gonna see an explosion by Devontae Smith and others. I'll be right back.
All right. Mahomes 300 yards. Okay, that bumps it up. That's the same as taking Chiefs spread. So I'll do that. MVS 87 yards, MVS touchdown. Mahomes 300 yards is plus 3,500. I'll hit that. Come on. And now I gotta build it again. Bet online. Not my favorite. Alright, let's do this. Prompts, builder, build mode. So we're gonna do Mahomes 300. MVS. $87 yards. Maxing it out. MVS touchdown. Plus 3,500. That's what we shall do. Wow, that was amazingly fast.
All right.
I mean,
Colin.
I take longer to take a piss.
Dude, I told you. I told you to be fast, dude. Fucking.
Just like pure liquid.
Well, no, if it was pure liquid, that means we got some problems. We're gonna be sitting there a bit.
Well, I mean, you are vegan, so.
Yeah. Fucking clean that shit
Oh, they're
out.
all liquid.
No, they're just soft.
I think I just made this bet twice.
Which one? Well, that looks like
MVS.
you really like it.
No, what I did was I did Mahomes 300 yards instead of Chiefs spread,
Yeah.
and it did the same thing. So it got out to plus 3,500. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't love it.
What else do we like in this game?
I already moved on to the Eagles, Dallas. One thing I will say is, all right, so how about play with me with this? How do we think the Chiefs defense is actually that good, or is it just like kind of?
I do. I think so.
Okay. But do we think their defense is better than Miami's offense?
No, but I do also have like this lingering suspicion, you know, that is being well documented, that like their offense kind of slows down once you really get to Tua, and
Yeah. Can they get to him quickly?
Like-
Basically, I'm just wondering if this is a Dolphins. Everything's clicking Dolphins game. Like 2 of 400 yards.
well, let's build it.
Well, and
It's
especially
definitely
because
possible. I mean, hey,
well,
so-
especially because of this, coming off that weird game versus Denver, having to travel to Germany. You know, of course, like the assumption, because this is my problem. It seems like the prevalent assumption is the Chiefs are just going to rebound because they're the Chiefs. They're a good team, and like, sure, maybe, but what if they don't? What does that look like? What is the game script where they have the bye after this, they need a break, you know?
Tua over fumbles lost. Okay.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
I don't hate that.
But does he fumble much? I don't even know. I don't know. I like the other.
I guess it's more or less like that. They're just going to get pressure on him, and
yeah. Oh.
Okay. I mean, I would probably bust some of those up. I don't hate the build. Don't know. What sports book do you use? Tua plus 5 touchdowns plus 1,000.
Ooh, what the hell did I just build here? Oh, damn, Dick.
What?
All right, so this is what I'm talking about, okay? You're going to like this one just from, like, a build perspective. All right, it's
Darnell used to be online, too.
It's plus 38,000.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I want.
All right. So, and this is what I was talking about with these games. So this is just a same game parlay stack of the overs, okay? So basically Eagles, Philly. Dak over 306 yards. Jalen Hurts over 304 yards passing. AJ Brown over 117 yards. Brandon Cooks over 78. CeeDee Lamb over 109. Devontae Smith over
Say that
80.
last one again. You just broke up after Cooks.
CeeDee Lamb over 109 and Devontae Smith over 80. So, like, I don't think any of those are out of the realm of possibility, but it's 38,000. But again, they're going to cap me. So if I do,
I'm down. I'm down for that one.
I can only do $25. Actually, see if you're
capped. How much?
Build the same thing. I want to see if they've capped you since you haven't used the book in a while. Basically, they won't let me make more than $10,000 on a bet. Like,
all right. So you got. So you're basically, are you maxing out?
No, I'm not even maxing out. I'm just hitting thresholds that are a little bit safer than the max that I think are more applicable. So it's a little bit of advantage, but I might even go down to the bases across the board and see what that is. But it's basically just like Dak and Jalen with their top two weapons, receivers.
Yeah.
You basically have to predict a little bit of a breakout game from Brandon Cooks.
You didn't do touchdowns?
No, I didn't do any touchdowns.
Wow.
Just yards. That's what I'm saying. Like this type of like, it's just gonna be a heavy passing game where they're just gonna get their weapons. Like 10 grand for $25. I mean, I kind of want to do that for all three games now, all three of the big games, and see like, hey, which does one of them hit? But again, these might be a little high, so I'm gonna rebuild it from
Brandon Cooks. How many yards?
I did 78, but I'm gonna rebuild it real quick from the scratch, like from their bases. I want to see what it is. 87, 38, 79. Devontae, and then passing. Base. All right. Yeah. At their bases, it's only 2,100. So, but if we pump it 50 more yards on each side, and then pump a little bit to the receiver's advantage. Okay, I'm not gonna go to 300. I'm gonna go a little higher, but not as high. Let me see, 296, 294. Let me see if I can get it. Like I don't need it as high as it was. I just need it a little more.
Ooh yeah, I like this. Oh, that's.
I'm gonna keep Brandon Cooks low just in case. Maybe keep him at his base. CeeDee Lamb 9.
So if you add something from like a completely different game, that like really slams it higher.
Yeah, but again, with Bet Online, is it even worth it? Because you can't fucking. They're not going to give you like you can't bet $50 to win 50 grand. They're just not going to let you do it. Like try it. See what if they've maxed you.
Now, what's like one prop that we like that's just like standalone prop?
I told you I like Bajan. I mean, again, if he gets 10 carries at 5 yards a pop, you know the Vikings have played better and better on defense overall, but I mean, Bajan, I don't think it matters sometimes. Or Jonathan, dude, my favorite prop of the week is Jonathan Taylor. So Jonathan Taylor's base.
Okay, so there you go.
70 yards or whatever it is. Like that's pretty. I mean, if he gets 12 carries, I think he'll get it. I mean, this isn't bad at plus 98,500. I think we can bump this up. How much more are we getting? Plus 10,000. Now that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Actually, want to lower Devontae a little bit. Ooh, that really nuked it. Fucking A. What if we do Cooks up and Devontae down? Okay, back to 10,000. All right. This is feeling a little bit better.
And I like this Jonathan Taylor breakout game.
Oh, you like it now? Look at you, fucker. Yeah, it's in the Sport Philly Kings article this week. So
$10 to win $4 grand.
Wait, what the fuck? Oh, did you?
I basically just did your Philly Dallas build with the breakout Jonathan Taylor.
Let me add that. I want to add that. That's a good idea.
Plus 40,000. Got it. Yeah, $10 to win $4 grand. That's not bad. I mean, it's basically just like, yeah, you have a high scoring Philly Dallas.
Yeah.
And a breakout game from Jonathan Taylor.
Let me see if I can nuke these. Wait, how much is this? Yeah, I'm going to add that too, see what happens.
Basically, what? Is that going to happen once out of every 400 times? I think that's definitely fair.
I mean, I like this. All right, I'm gonna redo the bet. So plus 10,000, okay, just so we can get it on tape. I'm gonna bet Dak Prescott over 296 yards, Jalen Hurts over 294 yards, AJ Brown over 107, CeeDee Lamb over 109, Devontae Smith over 70, and Brandon Cooks over 58. Sounds a little more easier than before. Plus 10,000. Let's see. Let's do. What's my? Let's do. I'm gonna do $25 to make 2,600. I swear, if these fuckers make me reload again, I'll be pissed.
Actually, and also, you know what I like?
What's that?
It's a little bit of a redo with what Judah won a couple weekends ago.
Who?
Oh yeah. What does this even look like? $1 to win $2 grand. Limit exceeded. Cannot bet $1.
I told you. No, once you make a big bet, they nuke it. So you gotta pick your spots.
Daniel Jones over 250 and Jalen Hyatt 100 yards. Over 88.
Yeah, what's that? I'm gonna go to that game. Yeah, I mean, I like this. Our boy coming back.
Plus 3,000.
That's pretty good. I don't mind that. Let's see, passing. Oh, 273 yards, only plus 315. That's actually like pretty low.
I'm just doing the 250. Just doing the 250.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they nuked the upside.
This is good. Daniel Jones 253, Jalen Hyatt 88, plus 3,000. That's good.
That is pretty good. I'll put $10 on that. Well, and that's what I'm saying. That 88 plus, is it plus 3,000? No, plus 2,000 unto itself. Like, that's pretty, like, if you could predict any kind of volume for Hyatt or just like 2 big plays.
That's a good point. I mean, just that Hyatt in itself.
Now, let's see what other games might be somewhat misallocated.
And what about that Michael Mayer? Like, people really liked him last week, and he didn't do jack shit.
Well, hold on. Let's see the weeks that Aiden O'Connell was quarterback. Didn't he play 2 weeks this year already? Let me see.
Like, if you max Hyatt, okay, there's going to be a Hyatt game. It's going to be a Mayer game. Plus 55,000.
Wait, who is this?
It's just Hyatt, 88 yards. Mayer, 93 yards.
Oh, well, I mean, are you talking about Jockey Myers, the tight end, or the receiver? There's 2 Myers.
The tight end, Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer.
Mayer, yeah.
What's the most he's gotten? Can you tell me what the most he's gotten?
Yeah, one sec. Pulling him up. All right, so
might be like 50, 60.
He hit 75 yards versus New England week 6.
Okay.
That was one time. I mean, he's pretty low volume since, but hold on a sec. Who played that game? Was it
Hyatt 88 yards, Mayer 73 yards, all right? There's a precedent for the 73. It's plus 20,000.
Okay.
25 to win $5,000. I'm in.
Maybe. So
what do you mean, like, that's a good one.
If you like those 2 things, it's just hard. I don't know. I mean, I do like that it's a different quarterback. Might give us a little more. Versus the Chargers, Mayer had 0 targets. At the but at the Bears, when he did play, he threw 13 times. O'Connell did, and in that game, he did get 4 targets. Mayer did. So
because it's also, think about it. Obviously, new head coach for Raiders, new quarterback for Raiders. Same thing with like it's like, don't you want to start incorporating your young guys more?
Yeah. Maybe.
What do you mean?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a new coach. Might be a little more roll the dice. Yeah.
It's not rolling the dice. It's trying to figure out your young players. You're evaluating your young players.
Yeah, like preseason. A little more, fuck it. Let's key on Mayer a little more. Michael Myers.
Exactly. I'm going to tone down Hyatt and Mayer. 78 and 63. 78 and 73. Yeah. What about Mayer touchdown? Mayer.
Well, you know he's been fucking. Oh, that's
Hyatt 78, Mayer 73 yards and a touchdown, plus 25,000.
I like it.
No, but so far my favorite bet that we put together is Hyatt and Daniel Jones.
I like that QB wide receiver over. I mean, that's kind of what we've been hitting. So I'm building let's just do their base 275.
Also, again, thinking about game scripts. What about Aiden O'Connell just forcing the ball to Devontae Adams?
Yeah, I actually already bet one like that. I think I have a literal Aiden O'Connell and Devontae Adams ticket. That I bet.
I think what I don't like is that Aiden O'Connell's passing yards are like very, very like expensive.
Yeah. Yep.
Plus 300 for him to throw 300 yards.
Yeah. That's how they fuck you. That's how they fuck you. Well, what about this? Since these are correlated, what if we just take our top? Yeah, maybe not. Never mind. Ignore me.
Yeah, this Aiden O'Connell's like priced really weird on. It's like way too
a little
aggressive.
high. Yep. Maybe fade him then. Like you said, didn't you say that? Who are they playing? Are they playing the Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you said the Giants playing pretty good. Hold on a second. I'm gonna do an under. Under 212. Let's see. Yeah, maybe just under the yards. Interceptions. Over. Oh, he's gonna have an interception. Parlay that with a heavy Saquon Barkley game. Let's do Saquon's carries. Let's do 18. I mean, that's not bad. Yeah. So even just like a base, right? So Aiden O'Connell under 212 yards.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna have at least one pass interception.
Mm-hmm.
And Saquon Barkley's gonna have 18 carries, right? Pretty correlated script there. Plus 450. I mean, it's not a big price, but why do you hate it?
No. Yeah,
it's basically just
the price is so small. I mean, again, you have to win every fourth of those bets. I don't like it.
Yeah. No. But you're basically but it's not. You're basically betting if you discount the injury possibility of either player. Actually, it goes, I mean, he's got to throw the ball to get the interception, but you're basically just correlating the game script of Giants defense is going to play well and O'Connell's going to struggle. That's all. That's really the bet. You're saying that's not 4-1 odds. I think that's within the realm of possibility.
I think it's.
Well, let's add one more legs.
I think the confidence interval is certainly wide enough to make that like, I don't know, could be plus 250. It should be plus 1,000. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a great price. I will agree on that.
It's yeah. What other game scripts? Game scripts. All right. Cardinals up to 13 now.
Woo,
plus 13.
Yeah. Raped.
What about some Watson props? Is he overpriced? Have we looked?
Oh, that could be good. Kind of like come back strong game. Let's see. Passing. Oh, his numbers seem pretty suppressed. You're not gonna get the upside, but his base is fucking 190. Super fucking cheap. 203 minus 114. That's a leg that seems pretty right on target.
Yeah.
Throws for 2 touchdowns, maybe. Let's add that in. I don't think that's too much to ask. Receiving. They just traded what's his name? So let's put Cooper on a big day. Maybe 96 yards plus 285. That's plus 1,000 just for that. What if we do a touchdown with Amari? Is that worth it? It's probably not worth it.
Yeah.
So who else is he throwing it to? So Elijah Moore, Njoku. I feel like, I mean, what's Moore been
Actually,
doing?
this is not bad. I mean, Watson 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cooper 96 yards at plus 1,000.
Yeah, and if you look at it like this, so let's look at it from a game script strategy perspective. If you're the Browns, yes, you want to win. That's obviously goal number one. Goal number two is you got it. If you have any chance in the playoffs, you got to get Watson to start playing well, right? So you want him to find success throwing. It's not just a game where you're like, we're gonna run it every down and hope it works. Like, you could, but like, you need him to actually start playing well if you actually want to have any chance of making it deep in the playoffs. So, Elijah Moore, 30, 59, 19, 20, 49, 36, 43. So he hovers around the same kind of markers every game.
What about Deshaun rushing? 17 yards.
Excuse me.
See, that almost doubles it if you get Watson 17 yards.
Maybe he runs for that. I don't know.
Okay.
Just hard, unless you know a quarterback's really keen on running. It's hard to predict. Yeah. Especially if they're up 2 scores. Like, I don't know. Is he even going to try?
Actually, this busts it out huge.
What?
And I think this is actually strongly correlated. Again, these aren't like ridiculous. You go from what we just built, all right?
Yeah.
Browns, it was plus 1,000, right?
Yeah.
Under 38.
Ooh, interesting.
Plus 4,200. Triples it.
Interesting.
Quadruples it.
Wait, so if we do under...
Because I think basically what it's trying to say is like, oh, that's not necessarily correlated because, well, first of all, what we just built is not the Browns going off.
Yeah. Well, so let's put the Cardinals at 9 points. Okay. Which actually, let's what's their team total? It's 12.5. Let's put under 12.5. Do we get the same price? What's the price? It's plus 2,000. Okay. So under 38, you're basically you're pricing in the 12.5, okay? Because they're only giving you plus 2,000 at 12.5.
Yeah.
But if we go under the
so
full
it could be
total,
like 33. It could be like 27 to 6.
10.
27-10.
27-10 as a max. And again, I don't even think Cleveland's gonna get there. 24 to 10. But again,
and a really ridiculous one. What's a Browns touchdown?
I like your angle that
Browns defensive touchdown.
I don't know, but I like this angle a lot because this is the type of game where if the Cardinals get 3 points, none of us would be surprised.
Yeah.
So and again, their team total is 12.5. So I mean, this is already like the lowest possible team total you're going to get all season, right? So let's lean into it. There's a reason why it's a nuked price, is because there's a good probability it could go under. Interesting. I kind of don't want to do Deshaun's touchdowns if that's the case, though. So let me see if you take that off. Yeah, it nukes it to plus 1250. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you want that's what's the real.
That's what's pushing it. Yeah, that's the anti-correlation. I'm just wondering if there's another angle to add to it.
What about instead of... What about like an alt Jerome Ford rushing day?
Oh, hold on one sec. Well, what if you do... Oh, wow. Well, that's interesting. So I got us to 4,200, but I took Deshaun Watson's touchdowns away. You ready?
Yeah.
It might be the same, but I think It's over Cleveland's points of 25.5 and under 38 total points. So basically, if you're putting Arizona at 10 or less points, and Cleveland to get to 27, is basically what you're trying to hit that sweet spot, obviously. But you could take away Deshaun's throwing touchdowns.
Yeah.
And basically play the same.
Let's take off
bet.
Watson's touchdowns. I don't like that, but like, what's another?
That's interesting.
What about?
Well, it's because that anti-correlation is why it's pumping.
If you had just like one Jerome Ford touchdown, that's 3,400.
Is he even going to get the ball? Like, is he the guy, or is it Kareem Hunt?
Oh, what's it actually? What about? Jerome Ford is 90 yards is plus 495.
Oh. Yeah, I mean that could play into the Browns game script. Is he going to get the tote? I mean, he's going to get. Let me see.
Plus 9,300.
What is this?
It's the Watson yards, Cooper yards, under 38, and then Jerome Ford 90 yards.
Huh. Interesting. Again, I don't mind this angle of these overs. Let me see Ford's numbers real quick. The only issue, dude, is was he injured last week? I think he got injured last week, right? We gotta look it up because his snap share is in the tank. Last week was his worst week. I think he got hurt during the game, but week 9. Let's see.
I don't hate this. I think I'm gonna do the Watson 2 touchdown ones. I don't. Yeah, it's tough, but
yeah.
I mean 4,200. It's pretty good.
Yeah, they basically split carries 3 ways last week.
Damn, I hate the fact that like BetOnline keeps like you have to keep
Reloading.
refreshing,
Yeah,
and then rebuilding.
Yeah, they want to take this thing out. Make sure you're not, actually trying to beat them. Hey, you're supposed to be a degenerate here. Get the fuck out.
All right, props builder. I can never get back to where I wanted to go. Okay, here we go.
It could be interesting. Can Clayton Tune run?
No idea.
Because if he can, these numbers could be off. Hold on. Clayton Tune. Oh, shit. Clayton Tune.
All right, so Watson over 203. Cooper. Let's do 86. Let's do 86. And then under 38.5. Touchdowns.
Oh, wait,
2 touchdowns. Oh, yeah. Gonna need to push Cooper out. Oh, now it's 4,100.
They knew the price. You're on it too long. They said, fuck you, asshole.
How did they change the price like that? I mean, it's not huge, but still.
Yeah. Well, right before game time, the prices are moving so fast, it's hard to even get a bet in. If you're
Well,
trying to bet.
We're definitely not there.
I'm just saying because the props are getting heavily pushed.
I like your Taylor angle, like just like huge Taylor game. 122 touchdown, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Indy wins. It's not great. Plus 1600. Jesus.
Ugh. Yeah, that's not for plus 2 touchdowns. That's
yeah.
Might as well find another. That's why I said is like sometimes it's better to just mix it up and put a different leg of a different game you like. Like,
yeah.
CeeDee Lamb over 70 yards. You know.
We didn't talk about Bengals Bills.
Yeah, we haven't gotten there
Certainly
yet.
like one of the bigger totals on the game on the week.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are saying off market that they think Bengals Bills is going to be the highest scoring game. So everyone's talking about the Chiefs Dolphins, but it's actually going to be this game. So it's probably a good SGP game. Just to say, fuck it, let's roll with it.
Yeah. Let's do Burrow 300. Josh Allen 300. What about Dalton Kincaid? He's been coming alive.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks he's went over 65 yards. He's kind of become their number 2 weapon, and no Dawson Knox has helped.
True.
So it's kind of like he is the tight end weapon.
Kincaid, 84 yards.
Actually, just from a prop perspective, Kincaid actually might be one of the top 3 prop bets of the week. Is Kincaid's just base over? So like, fuck it, do him, Jonathan Taylor, mix it up. Like
Kincaid, can Kincaid get 100 yards? It's plus 1,200. Just Burrow and Allen to have 300 yards is plus 370.
That's why you might as well stack them. Stack with Chase and probably Kincaid and Diggs.
Chase 90. Diggs 90. Gets you to 950.
Oh, gotta pump it. Again, it's like that's why these things are hard, because these SGPs is like it's not really worth it at a 4 or 5 leg parlay for like plus 900. It's like then you might as well throw in a fucking high variance thing that like pumps it to like plus 6,000.
Yeah. By the way, when we were talking about Bengals last week, remember I talked about Boyd touchdown?
Oh yeah,
That's Boyd.
You gotta run that clip. I think if you run that Bengals clip, it's gonna make us look really fucking good. Even if we didn't fucking make money off it.
Yeah.
But again, we're here for the
little
people.
Too overboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had way more convictions last week. We're just not.
Oh, dude, like I said, last week was my best week of the season. Like from a handicap perspective, even it's reflected in the NFL game data. I missed 2 games and like was underweight almost everywhere where it needed to be. Like, This is not confident, and it sucks because last week was my like busiest week of the season personally. So like, of course, the week I should have been all bet on across the board was me being lukewarm because I was just busy.
All right, let's try it. Let's do one more game.
Ooh, Toon. Hold on, I'm looking at this run. I'm trying to see if Toon. So we know he's gonna get pressured from Cleveland, right? Is there an angle Clayton Toon fucking like runs for yards and like breaks one off for fucking 40-yard run?
What's the price?
Well, if he hits 63 yards, it's plus.
That
22.
usually doesn't happen. Like when they're running for their lives, like it's usually they don't end up breaking like a 50-yard run.
He might be right. That's why I'm watching some college tape right now to see if
they usually just end up fumbling it or something.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's why I'm just trying to see if he's got any kind of like.
Is it plus like 3,000?
It's plus 2,263 yards.
He's not going to get 63 yards.
He'd have to break one long
unless
run.
He is like a rushing quarterback.
Well, he's a scrambler.
Okay.
He did have a big run in college.
A big run? He had one big run in college?
29. I'm watching his tape right now. I'm trying to like key on how athletic he is.
You're scouting him right now.
I am. Like this, sometimes this works. Because how many people actually do this? Like 0.1%? So he does have some scrambling ability. He kind of looks like he runs a little bit. He's not as big as Josh Allen, but he kind of runs like Josh Allen. So he's faster than you think. He can break tackles because he's stronger down below than you think. And if he gets space in a lane, he could run a 30, 40 yarder, He's not obviously he's not Fields or Lamar Jackson. He's also white.
So you want to bet on Clayton Toon rushing yards?
No, I'm just seeing because the number seems high. Because the number seems high, I'm just keying on if there's any like real possibility that's even something that could happen. But you're right. I think versus Cleveland, it's way more likely he's just going to be like, he's never going to find a lane and just get completely obliterated.
Just make the bet though, in case he does do it, because then you're going to like blame me why you didn't do it.
I'm not going to blame you. I don't know. I'm actually watching for myself to see if I even want to bet it. I mean, it's really not.
I mean, Deshaun Watson's price is bigger.
Is it?
Yeah, 2,600.
It's pretty good. But again, it's Watson's comfortable in the like he's been playing NFL quarterback. He doesn't need to run. The variance is Clayton Toon first game, defense is in his face. Like, is he just like looking to like I gotta run now, and like picks up gets one big chunk play that puts him close to over the top. That's all it is. Very simple. It's not even complicated. But it doesn't seem very likely. So I'm not really interested in it.
Mike says 3 yards per attempt in college. He ran for 1,248 yards. See, there's some due diligence.
Yeah.
And he didn't even look that up.
What do you mean? He did look that up. Oh, he memorized it. Is there any other? So you like approaching game script? I do too. But is there a prop angle, like a guy like you're like? That's why I also like doing fantasy while I'm betting, because it makes me think of it from a different angle sometimes, which is I think has helped. That's why I like Jordan Addison so much, because I've been keying on him on fantasy so much that I was able to kind of have a little insight into when he's going to break out. Is there a player? Oh, quick
my
question.
favorite prop that we've bet so far is Daniel Jones and Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah, I know you keep saying that. You love Jalen. I mean, they've already hit once with Tyrod Taylor. It's not going to happen again. I'm just going to burst.
It is going to happen again.
So
no, because
wait.
They're playing him more.
Dude, I got it. All right, upset of the week. You ready?
Yeah.
When FanDuel comes back tomorrow, let's see real quick if it's up yet. Oh, I'm gonna hit it. Nope, it still says bad gateway. The fuck?
Wow.
Let me reboot it actually real quick. Try it one more time. Yep, still bad gateway. All right, so FanDuel comes back tomorrow. Seattle pulling the upset versus Baltimore, and how do they get over the top? Because, like, look, I have future bets on Baltimore. I'm a Baltimore believer this year.
I'm not.
I always assumed their offense would get better over the course of the season as they figured out. And
Okay, so how do you play it?
So, my setting it up is there's a lot of people like you that disagree. Okay, well then let's play that. Let's play that out. Let's play out. They're overrated. That's your belief.
Geno 300 yards.
So you think it's a exposing Ravens defense type game?
Ravens defense was supposed to be like one of the worst in the NFL.
Well,
And this is one thing that we did show when we were doing our offseason previews, is showing that over and over again, by week 8, week 9, okay, right where we're at, you would see pivots in teams to where it was like,
that's a good point.
When we were doing the previews, we were like, by week 8, week 9, people think they know who teams are. Like, all right, I get it. I know who this team is now.
That's a good point.
The Lions were like 1-7 by this time last year.
Yeah. They flipped the script.
And there was just
they found their footing. And to your point, right? Look at it as like an extended preseason for some teams that and they're losing players, so things are shifting anyways. But new coaching staffs, new players, like different types of plays and playbooks. Some things they discover work better than other things. Like they learn from their losses that hey, that didn't work when we did that thing. Now we got to improve and do something else. So to your point, and again, the perfect example is the Bucs in that Super Bowl winning year. The first 8 weeks, very sloppy on offense, very lucky to even win half the games. Like it was all Brady bailing them out. Then they turned a corner and they fucking blew everyone out until almost the entire rest of the way. So to your point, what teams can we get in front of? Like Seattle to me is kind of underperformed. Their offense should have been a little better so far. Maybe they're going to start to figure it out a little bit. They beat Cleveland last week by the skin of their teeth. The assumption is they can't go on the road and beat Baltimore, but how come Baltimore is knighted as this fucking best team in the NFL right now? That's what this line looks like. Seattle sucks, and Baltimore is the best team in the NFL. That's what this line looks like. That doesn't make sense. And I like Baltimore.
Also likes attacking Ravens defensive secondary. Geno Smith 282, Jackson Smith and Jigba 90 receiving yards, and a touchdown, plus 5,400.
I like. Hold on, let me look up Jackson. Hold on, let me see his numbers real quick. Because I mean, like you said, Pete Carroll has been keying on him. He's been talking him up.
Yep.
About getting him more, because again, everyone thinks he's like the next best receiver, like better than Olave.
Yep.
Better than.
In fact, maybe just take off the touchdown. You got Geno Smith 282, Smith and Jigba 90 yards plus 2,800.
I like that.
And then maybe throw Seattle money line in there.
I like his 70. His 70 yards is pretty good. 6 plus 605. That's really juicy.
Ooh, yeah. Like, fuck, I don't need Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown. Throw in Seattle money line. It's plus 6,600.
That's what we're talking about, baby. All right, so yeah, what do we got here? Oh shit! No, I have other bets in there. That's why it was big. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. All right.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Smith, Geno, 282. Yeah. Smith and Jigba 90 yards, and Seattle wins, $25. And I think I'm gonna lower it 25 to win 1675 plus 6,600. I think I'm gonna do the exact same thing, but like you just mentioned, with lowering Smith and Jigba a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I might do that. I like this as an alt.
Yeah, because 70 yards plus 605.
Well, I do wonder. I want to see if I can boost this. I'm not in love with this side, anyways, but I like the angle, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of roll the dice a little heavier. I want to add something else. Maybe it'll be on the Ravens side. Maybe it'll be Lamar. Lamar
Also,
passing.
Geno Smith 2 touchdowns makes it 4,100.
I'm gonna do Lamar's. I mean, Lamar's total passing is definitely subdued because predicting that they're gonna win by margins, they're gonna run it. But if it's a competitive game and Seattle's fucking even winning, I mean, Lamar's gonna be throwing the ball. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, his total. I think his base price is definitely suppressed. Totally based on the likely game script of Ravens winning by margin. So I'm gonna put Lamar Jackson in mine and get plus 6,400. So I'm gonna do Geno 282, Jackson 70, Seattle to win, and Lamar Jackson 225 passing. Whew. Pretty good. Actually, I might.
Darnell put something together, but
here I'm gonna lower these. Hold on, I'm gonna do
I
some.
like the Charbonnet.
Is he gonna get carries?
I think so. When I've been watching him, I mean, he looks better than Kenneth Walker.
Ooh, I know. I'm gonna do some Mark Andrews. That's what I'm like. All right. This is gonna get good. All right.
Darnell, why do you only like the Charbonnet over 18.5? Like, but why not bump it out to 29? Oh, okay. What's it? Oh, wait, what? 51 or 57? Okay, gotcha. That's all it's offered on Underdog. Oh, okay, gotcha. Charbonnet 40 plus 520 plus 1,000 at 60 yards.
Are they going to give them the ball?
22,000.
They've been talking about splitting. The metrics on Kenneth Walker have been pretty bad.
Yeah.
Over his career, which is why they drafted Charbonnet. So he did have 59% snap share, his most of the season last week versus Cleveland. He had 5 carries for 53 yards versus Cleveland. That's not bad. I wonder if he gets a few more carries, if they're finally going to split time.
That's what I'm saying.
Because like you said, that's another thing I think, to your point, Brett, is why we see that shift in the second half of the season is also teams are finding players that give them more advantage. So like rookies get more playing time, even if a team's good. Like they'll lean in directions of like, we thought this, didn't really work out, so we're going to shift a different direction. Interesting. I kind of like this. All right, I'm gonna tell you this one. Mm-hmm. So this is based on a Seattle win script. Lamar Jackson base rate 225 over, and Mark Andrews base 50 yards over. So super fucking, tight game or losing, have to come back mode. They're throwing the ball. Geno, his base 232, and Jackson over 50 yards with the total over 44.
Is what price?
Plus 5,400. I feel like if you're just playing the Seattle over, like game over, Seattle pulls it out. 24-21, you hit. Okay. Seattle wins by a field goal. And then you're just pricing in Lamar and Geno's overs with Mark Andrews and Jackson. I feel like that's pretty reasonable. I think you're getting a pretty good price on those correlations. $10 to win 500.
I like it.
It's not bad. Let's bet it. I swear to God, these fuckers, I knew they were gonna do that. Gotta reload.
You like Mark Andrews 50 yards more than
I love Mark Andrews. Because Lamar Jackson loves Mark Andrews.
25 to win $4,000.
I mean, a Mark Andrews explosion game in a competitive game that Seattle pulls out, that could be an angle. I think that's a safer bet than Jackson. So if you had to like pick a player to have an explosive game, that could be one. Or Zay Flowers even, one or the other. Passing. Receiving. Actually, I'm just going to do his base.
Has Geno thrown for over 300 this year?
Let's see. Geno effing Smith. Yeah, twice, and one time he almost did by 4 yards. He was short.
Okay.
So I mean, 3 out of 8 with a bye, so 3 to 7.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Again, Geno's worst game was week 1. And then he has a dud every other game. Like every 4 weeks, he has a dud, so he's due for a dud. But doesn't mean it's going to be this week. But it probably will. It's actually probably a good week to do like a stack under. And Ravens like dominate them like the Lions. Like that's probably the most probable. Obviously, based on the line, it's probably most probable. It's actually something that's so probable. I might actually just bet that instead. Fuck it. You're betting the overs. I'm gonna do an alt angle where I do the unders on Geno. So I'm gonna do under 231. I'm gonna do over under pass touchdowns under 1.5. Just completely sucks dick. Oh, that didn't even do anything. That like gave me nothing positive. I'm gonna go under on Kenneth Walker. 52.5. Fuck him.
This sounds so boring.
Dude, my best SGPs this year were boring as fuck. Like I'm fading Zach Wilson and fading Baker Mayfield. Not exciting shit, but it makes money. Baltimore covers.
Yeah, you know what? The market is buying the Giants right now. I'll have to say it again. Thanks, Mike, for joining. Good night. See you next week, hopefully. I still really like Giants props. Giants keep getting bid down to 1.
So what are you trying to say?
I'll just say for the 5th time, I really like those Jalen Hyatt and Daniel Jones.
Dear God, dude, it's
like it's so good.
I kind of want to bet you that Jalen Hyatt gets no catches now.
Translated to which language?
Chinese.
You know what? I'm actually gonna add to it. I'm gonna do it again.
Sure. Translated to which language?
I'm just saying, this is gonna age so beautifully, and you telling me to shut up is gonna age terribly.
Yeah, this doesn't. I don't like this. I want to bet alt unders. Does FanDuel let you do alt unders? Well, it does on totals and spreads, right? Just not like props. Like I can't choose Geno Smith
you can't
under
go.
100.
You can't go.
Yeah, can't make my line basically.
Daniel Jones, 2 touchdowns plus 204. What's Daniel Jones rushing? Oh, they don't have Daniel Jones rushing.
Yeah. God,
But they have Aiden O'Connell rushing.
Yeah, I don't. It'll probably be up tomorrow, right before the game.
Aiden O'Connell, 35 rushing yards plus 2,000.
Well, hold on a second. Are we sure that Evan Hull isn't going to be really good
Who?
in one game? Evan Hull or Hull? What's his name? Vikings
Darren
quarterback.
Hall? You mean for the Vikings?
Yeah, sorry, Darren Hull.
Yeah, I'm just gonna build my.
One of these guys is going to fucking show out, and we're going to go, oh damn, we should have fucking built an SGP on him. I mean, look, they have so. Let's put it this way. So if we're gonna go, Raiders, Aiden Hutchinson, and Devontae Adams might have a big game, or we're like, look at Taylor Heineke and Kyle Pitts might have a big game, and we're like, wait, why aren't we talking about the team with the best EDP that has a new quarterback? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, because they're missing the quarterback and their best wide receiver. That's a meaningful.
Yeah, okay, they've adjusted without the best wide receiver. One of the best defenses in the NFL they fucking exposed. So Kirk Cousins, historically, he's not a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. He's played like one this year, but like he's a middling quarterback. So like that's had a lot of good games with the Vikings. So how do we know it's not like a big uptick in the Vikings because of the Vikings offense? They still have weapons. Hawkinson, Addison, even KJ Osborne. They get it to their backs in space a little bit. I don't know. Atlanta's been exposed a couple times.
Goddamn. Have to refresh. But
Ooh,
I'm liking Giants. I'm just liking Giants. Giants.
Yeah, you keep talking about the Giants. I'm gonna you're gonna make me.
Dude, and their team is only 17.5.
Well, then I mean, just keep doing your stacks. But again, I'm keying on a Saquon. I think Saquon's gonna be the guy that shows out if what you says comes true. Jaron Hall. But then again, you might be right, and I'll give you credit because sometimes QBs, like anyone, right? You need a break from work to come back refreshed and see it from like a rejuvenated angle. Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor came in, played better than him a little bit. Like, does that give him a little more like, okay, kind of like meditation, peace of mind, regain your confidence, see that he's doing things successful that you struggled with, and go, okay, well now I can do that. I know I can do that. So kind of seeing someone else do what you should be doing gives you a little more like confidence that you can do it.
You know what's also not bad here? It's. I mean, again, this isn't anything super juicy, but just Giants money line and Giants over 17.5 points.
Yeah.
Is plus 175.
I don't have an erection from that. Is all I can say. Ooh, that's a nice ball. BYU, baby. Can we pull up some tape from while we're live streaming? Share some fucking Evan Hall highlights from BYU?
Can you show?
Without
does
getting
it allow you to present?
Without getting copyrighted? Well, I don't know. Can I show a quick let me see, hold on. I don't think I can. Actually, no, I might be able to. Hold on. Share screen. Oh yeah, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Is he a runner?
He can run a little bit, I think. I mean, this is the first time I've ever watched this dude play, so. Oh, that's a nice little scramble. Ooh! I like him. He's got a John Wofford kind of feel to him. No, but dude, I remember when John Wofford came in, was it for Stafford? And I watched some tape of him like the day before the game, and I'm like, this dude is good. Like, he can play for a game. Like he played really well that first game.
Look at a lot of these highlights too. Is this guy rushing it?
Yeah. Oh, Jaron, dude, this adds a wrinkle in the Vikings offense, dude. This is, and you can't game plan for this. Like, this is because you've never seen him play. Like, this is kind of like this is what I think we've been missing. Look at this run. What is he doing?
Well, what's his rushings? What's his rushing?
I don't know. I'm just watching him play quarterback like a fucking G. Look at that little fucking flea flicker. Look at Jaron.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Give it to me, Jaron. God damn. This dude I like what I'm seeing.
All right, Jaron Hall over 78 yards rushing.
Dude, he's got that Taysom Hill vibe, dude. Look at him.
Plus 1,300.
Dude, he's literally Taysom fucking Hill. He's Taysom Hill Jr. He's like a little.
Dude, a
shorter.
lot of these highlights is him rushing.
That's what I'm saying. That's good. I mean, that's something to key on. And down the field passes. That's Addison, baby. I like what I'm seeing. Oh, dude, he loves that RPO. Ooh, I wonder if the Vikings are going to use that. Do you think they're going to use that? Does he have rushing? What's his rushing?
Yeah, I was saying 78 yards is plus 1,300.
Dude. This might be live. I'd probably his over 58 plus 430 is probably a little better, like safer. I mean, but dude, I like the Vikings winning this game straight up as an angle.
What if he surprises with a 100-yard rushing game?
Dude, and touchdown, dude. I'm gonna definitely do a touchdown, rushing touchdown from him.
78 yards.
Because they can't run the ball. Atlanta stops the run, and Vikings can't run the ball. So it's either him passing or him running. Dude, this could be fucking interesting.
Wait, okay, dude. So it's not correlated at all, but I just added it to my
dude. One touchdown rushing is plus 650 from Jaron Hall.
Wow. See, that's good. That's good.
That's a steep price. That's what this dude loves to do. He's Taysom Hill, dude. I'm telling you, he's Taysom Hill. This is what we're getting. You know what kind of game that's going to be. All right. I see you, Jaron.
What about 2 touchdowns?
I saw that. I don't want to be greedy.
5,400.
It's juicy. I'm going to go over 48 yards rushing, though. No,
Jaron Hall is going to unilaterally make me rich.
Is that him running right there? God, he just runs. And then he throws it deep. He runs and he throws it deep. I like him. Put him in, coach. Put him in. I've never been so excited about a quarterback.
A little steep.
This reminds me of John Wofford.
The 2 touchdowns is not terrible.
It's actually not that bad, especially with how this kid plays. Little Gardner Minshew running it with confidence down low. God, he loves the downfield pass too, dude. Interesting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so Jaron Hall, 2 touchdowns. No. I don't think you need the 2 touchdowns, actually. It doesn't do much. Let's see.
I think I'm going to do some Addison. I'm going to trust that they're going to go back to the well with Addison, who's starting to show out. Get Addison over 100 yards with Jaron Hall. Oh, this is big. This is a big one. Wow, this isn't even that far-fetched. Oh, wait, I didn't even do his passing yards.
Did he throw for 200?
This isn't bad, dude. This is pretty big. All right, you ready? This is pretty good. It's only a four-legger. All right, so Minnesota to win straight up. All right, that's whatever. Jaron Hall to have 1 rushing touchdown. 58 rushing yards. I think that's more palatable. I think that's within the realm of more likely possibility. That's one really nice 45-yard, like not even with the way this kid runs. I think if we get a 35-yard run and a couple, like 2 or 3 more runs after that, 5-10 yards for first down, boom, we're over.
Okay.
And then Jordan Addison, 105 receiving yards.
Oh, I don't like that.
What? He likes to throw it deep. This kid's throwing it.
Falcons have a pretty decent defense, though.
Yeah, but it's plus 700 on Addison. But
Well, actually, remember, Will Greer just threw for 4 touchdowns. I mean, not Will Greer. What the fuck?
Sorry. Gardner Minshew. No, Gardner Minshew?
Gardner Minshew.
Will
No.
Greer? What?
Will Levis.
Will Levis, yes. Yes. To DeAndre Hopkins. So again, we're not even predicting anything that's
Actually, and also, Zach, change Minnesota money line to Minnesota plus 4. See if it changes meaningfully.
All right, so that's plus 22,000. Let me change it to Minnesota plus 4. I mean, that didn't change it much at all. It's plus 19,000.
Yeah, I would do the plus 4.
Yeah, no, I would too. That's good. So I mean, all right. So that's our max, right? So let's lower Jordan Addison because Brett's scared.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Here, but I still like Jordan. I mean, he's gonna. Be
I like maybe the Hawkinson.
I mean, you could do Hawkinson. I mean, what number? 2.8. I mean, just do his. All right, hold on. Let's do one of their base. I'm gonna do Addison base. 45 yards. That's not asking too much. What's that? That's 4,700. You're not getting the plus 19,000, but not bad. It's because Addison's plus 700. I mean, Hawkinson. I mean, it's tough for Hawkinson to go over yardage though. He's such a
Well, what if you pair it with
outlet.
one of your favorite props? There is Bijan Robinson over 55 yards.
Hold on, let me hit this plus 2,600 first. Because so it's plus 2,600. Minnesota plus 4. Jaron Hall plus 58 rushing yards and 1 rushing touchdown. That's like a bait. That's a good core. So let me bet the core first. I'm not gonna do a lot just to like cover my exposure. It's like $200.
Oh, Kabir, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but we built like a massive parlay of basically just going over. What was it? Your Eagles Cowboys one. It was Hurts over 300.
Mm-hmm.
Prescott over 300. AJ Brown over 100.
Devontae over like 70 or 80.
Smith.
And then CeeDee Lamb over 100.
CeeDee Lamb over 100.
And then Brandon Cooks. Probably keep him
over
on
60.
On the lower end, yeah, but
and it was like ridiculous. I can build it again.
Yeah, just playing those kind of keying on those like obvious overs, but putting them together like in a high scoring game. I don't know. I don't think it's got to be too rocket sciencey sometimes.
But before I close, actually, I'll come back to it. But I'm doing the Jaron Hall touchdown. Jaron Hall 28 rushing yards. Minnesota plus 4, and then pairing it with your Bijan Robinson over 60 yards. It's 3,700.
I like that too. I like Jonathan Taylor a little more than Bijan, but that's same game though. So yeah, I dig that.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go build something for Philly real fast.
Okay, I'm gonna keep fucking with.
All right, so we got Dak 296 plus 164. Jalen 294 plus 152. Just that is plus 525.
Ooh, pretty good. Where is rushing?
Actually, I mean, I'm just gonna take that for now. I'll keep building. I'm gonna do limit exceeded. Please, what the fuck?
Yeah, you might have already gotten fucked. Did you already bet that game?
I can't even bet $10 on that. I can't bet $5. I can't bet $1.
Yeah. Well, did you already bet that game? I'm telling you, they nuke you fast. That's why you gotta like hit your core and then build up.
Did you do touchdowns? Any Prescott or Hurts touchdowns?
No, I avoided that. Because again, I feel like those guys like tend to run it. There's a lot of ways they can score. My biggest one, I would do a Hurts rushing touchdown over anything.
Yeah.
Or
But he's also banged up. So anyway, AJ Brown over 97, CeeDee Lamb over 99. Now we're at 1,500. What else you got? And then you had Devontae Smith over 60. Brandon Cooks over 60. That's plus 6,600. What else? Is that it?
Let me take this out. Damn, that's the one that really fucking pushes it over the top. Sorry, what? I mean, just the Devontae Smith, Brandon Cooks are probably the riskier legs, and then the obvious ones of, the quarterbacks.
Dude, I wonder if I paired it with under 47, like just a bunch of yards, but they end up settling for field goals.
I mean, that's
plus 38,000.
I mean, hold on. Dak has struggled in the red zone. Philly, not as much.
25 to win 10 grand.
I mean, will they even let you place the bet? Probably not.
Yeah, I think I'm fucked on this game. They're not letting me bet anything, actually.
Yeah, BetOnline is not friendly to SGP bettors. You gotta outplay them before they play you.
All right, so theoretically, I am making this bet though. Prescott 300, Hurts 300, Brown 100, CeeDee 100, Devontae 60, Brandon Cook 60, under 47, 25 to win 10 grand.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
But yeah, they're not letting me bet anything on that game.
God, part of me just wants to do 2 Jaren Hall rushing touchdowns.
Oh yeah, just that. And I guess I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that too. I mean, that's ridiculous. Plus 5,500 if he's like a rushing quarterback.
If he is in fact a Taysom Hill. They get it down in the red zone. You don't think they're gonna fucking key on him rushing it in? Oh wait, is this a pass from Jaren Hall right here that we're watching?
Darnell blesses the ridiculous Philly Cowboys. 25 to win 10 grand. I mean, that's basically just lining up with what Kabir said about like, oh, if this game's going to be a movie, then that should basically hit. It's not even that ridiculous. I mean, you're talking about 300 and 100 yard thresholds.
Dude, I'm telling you, the best SGPs that hit are typically ones that are like a little off market, but are actually fairly obvious. Like you're not predicting the unpredictable. You're predicting things that like have had a precedent or are literally on the cusp of just tipping over. It's not
right.
Like same with the Bengals. Like I bet you do a Bengals Bills stack that like, yeah, all the obvious legs hit, but you put them all together. Like it's not rocket science.
Yeah, dude. All you gotta do is yeah, I think that's probably. Yeah, I think just Jaren Hall 2 touchdowns.
So by the way, what we're watching right here is this Jaren Hall preseason week 3 analysis. So there's some good film here on Jaren Hall. I mean, what was this pass I just saw? Here, I'm going to bring it back. I mean, look at this. I like that. That's a nice throw. Somewhat confident, throwing it right to the receiver behind him a little bit, but that's okay. He's a baby. Look at this field. Look at this throw down the field. Watch this. Look at this. This is Hall. Okay, 3-step drop. Right over the middle. I mean, that's Addison town, baby. I think that was Addison. I want to see a rushing.
Yeah, decisive. I like it.
He definitely looks better than. Man, I really wish Ritter was playing because then I'd have a lot more confidence that this could be all Vikings.
All right, let's do Jaron Hall. Plus 5,400, 2 touchdowns.
Well, and with Heineke, I think this game could play into our overstack. I mean, you hit Bijan, you hit Pitts, you hit Addison.
Yeah, actually, what if I pair the because I want to juice the Jalen Hall two rushing touchdowns a bit with something something.
Yeah, I got 57,
obvious.
dude. I got 57,000 on it, dude. I'm telling you, you can juice it.
What is 57,000?
That's exactly what we're talking about.
Oh, with the Addison,
Bijan, and Kyle Pitts, just their base. You add those 3 in, boom, goes bananas. I don't even want to bet it because it's not going to let me bet anything else. $20 to win 11,000? No, I can only bet $17. Fuckers.
Okay. Jaron Hall. There we go. This is it. It's just
look
Jaron
at
Hall.
bro. Do you see that throw? Look at this throw. Hold on a second. Did you just see that? Dude, watch the screen real quick. We're still sharing, right? Watch this.
Yes, I'm
look at that stepping up. Look at that fucking throw. Holy shit. That's a Sam Howell throw, baby.
Do it again.
Here.
You kind of broke up.
Here, right here.
Right.
See it? Here it comes.
Yeah.
Steps into that pocket, fills right that hole. Bam.
That is pretty nice.
That's a solid throw. I mean, he steps into the pressure and fucking just right into it. Boom. Oh, and then look at that check down to the right side. What the hell is this guy? I'm getting some major Wofford vibes. He's going to show out, dude. There's going to be a QB controversy. Dobbs or this guy? Let's see if I find anything more that looks good. Let's keep going. Look at him stepping
I'm doing
in.
Jaron Hall 2 rushing touchdowns and Bijan over 100. It's 25 to win $6,000.
Ooh. Let's see. I mean, does he even run it though? I mean, he played a lot of RPO in college. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to actually all of a sudden do that. Okay, let's.
Yeah, but the 2 touchdowns could literally just come because you're close to.
That he threw a pick, but then it was just a miscommunication on the route. That's why I love watching tape. See, the fucking receiver stops. He thought he was going to keep going. That's not a no problem, baby. Still love you. Yeah, that was miscommunication. That happens. Sacked. Okay. What is this?
Jaron Hall's 272 passing plus 409.
That's pretty good. Maybe he's not going to run it because, I mean, from his preseason tape, he's definitely trying to become a passer, like pass first quarterback. Oh, but dude is scrambling. Do you see this play? Dude, watch this play on the all 20. Watch this. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Watch him scramble to left. Nice fucking rollout. Look at him. He's keep eyes down the field. Tells him, keep running, bitch. He says, I got you. He could have taken off for 20 yards. He said, nope. I'm going to throw this. I'm going to dime it in.
What round has he taken?
Let's just throw, dude. He's going to connect. Let it rip, dude. Sorry, this isn't me. This is the fucking. I like his style though. His style. Oh, dude, look at that.
That is pretty insane.
This dude's got some fucking gonads. Dude, Sam Howell was drafted in the 5th round. I'm just saying.
No, he wasn't. He was?
Sam Howell, yeah. He got
That's
I think he was nuked because he had a down year. Go check it out. I'm pretty sure. I feel like I keep hearing that. I haven't looked in a second, but God, Howell is live. I mean, sorry, Hall. Jaron Hall, baby. I gotta start trading for my fantasy before he breaks out.
Yeah, he was 5th round pick.
Yeah.
Dang.
And if they don't want to keep Cousins after this year, I mean, because they don't want to pay him, Hall is perfect.
Is somebody like Addison underpriced now because of this?
Like I said, dude, his 100 yards.
Oh, you're right.
They fucking knew his
100
price.
yards at Addison is plus 484.
Yeah, I think that's bullshit. Well, no, I mean, 105 yards is 705. I think that's great.
115 is plus 1100.
Oh, hold on. This one. So I'm trying to get rid of his touchdowns. Because that's risky. I think I'd rather lean on Addison. God damn it, I can't get it. Those touchdowns really fucking pump it. Hold on, wait, let me try it one more time. All right, let's just get 100 yards for Addison. Here we go. Okay, this is feeling a little better. All right, this isn't bad, dude. You ready? It's 5 legs, but we're playing Minnesota +4. Okay. Jaron Hall, only 28 rush yards. Not crazy.
Yeah.
And then we're playing Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts base, 59 rush yards, 44 receiving yards. You know, no London. Seems pretty fair. And then we're keying on Jordan Addison plus over 105 yards. Which, just that, 9,500. So no touchdowns, no weird variants. Just like some obvious legs. Especially if Jaron Hall is going to play well enough to where Vikings have a chance to win this game. Like, they're going to be given to Bijan his 10, 15 touches. And Tyler Heineke's going to have to throw the ball a little bit. Who's he going to throw to? Kyle Pitts. Most likely. So, I mean, this is, oh, man. Hold on. Let me look at one other thing. Maybe we pull Addison down and we pump his passing up. Can we even pump his? They won't even let us, fuckers. Let's just add his base passing, 200 yards. All right, that pumps it a little bit. Now, let me see.
So what about Addison 95?
Yeah.
Pitts 84, Heineke 232, and Jaron Hall, the 28 rushing yards, is plus 11,000.
Oh, I like that. I do
25
like
to
that.
win 2,700. So that's Addison 95,
Yeah.
Heineke 232, Pitts 84, and Jaron Hall 28 rush yards. The rush yards, I guess, I'm a little bit iffy about now. If
Yeah. Maybe we key off his rush. I'm gonna take his rush off.
still 5,300.
I don't mind. Plus 6,100. Yeah, I took his rush off. I mean, I think if we just do just like we would any other team, we're just getting getting better prices on it. Addison 95 yards, Jaron Hall 200 yards passing, Pitts and Bijan Robinson and Vikings cover. I mean, plus 6,100. That's a pretty good for 5 leg. Interesting. Because the key is, right, if you think Addison's going to go over 95 yards, it means either the game script is Vikings are down, they're going to have to throw it regardless, or it's a competitive game and Vikings can't just run the ball only. They have to, like, make plays down the field.
Yeah.
So what that means is Falcons are having success of their own, probably on offense, which is why we're keying on Pitts and Robinson.
Yeah, man, Pitts 104 yards, 1,300.
That's too much. I'm saying that's. And again with Heineke, so Pitts had a great rookie season with Matt Ryan. Terrible season with Mariota, and terrible season of Ritter, right? From a fantasy perspective. Now he gets Heineke. Does that change things? Is that enough of a change with no London? London is out. Those are two huge variables. I mean, huge. From a variance perspective, no best weapon, new quarterback that's more like Matt Ryan than the other two quarterbacks that he's replacing. So
right here's a there's 4 legs.
Yeah.
25 to win 5,600.
Okay.
Addison 95. Heineke 232. Pitts 104. So it's got to be a Pitts game. And Minnesota covers. Minnesota covers. That's it.
I don't mind it. Maybe. God, see, this sucks. This is one of those games that you just want to like bet all the variations because you know something crazy is going to hit. You're going to go, damn. That's what it feels like. Just not sure. Because again, there's a world where Falcons get out to a lead, but Bijan Robinson has an explosive day, and it's like he's got 130 yards rushing, but Evan Hall hits on the comeback with Addison. You're like, well, fuck.
I think I've seen it from what you've shown in the Jaron Hall tape, like that this isn't going to be a game that the Falcons blow the Vikings out and they just run the ball over and over again.
No. Well, but Falcons want to run the ball over regardless of what the score is, generally speaking. Let me take Bijan out. Just focus on. Let me put Heineke in. Heineke over his base rate. It's 5 game. I mean, we could just do that. King on Addison and Pitts. 2 top weapons, and Hall and Heineke's overs, which is only basically 200 yards each. Maybe that's what we key on.
I don't think you even need to do that.
What do you mean?
I just have Addison and oh, you're talking about the base overs?
Yeah, like kind of leaning into their base overs.
That's boring.
Yeah, it is a little boring. Hold on, I gotta pump. I think we can pump Pitts up a little bit.
Yeah.
At least 70. I think 74 is pretty sweet. Plus 325. That's a pretty sweet number. That seems very attainable. What is it if we go to 84 plus 540? Does the moves needle?
What did Pitts look like last week?
Shit. No.
Like shit.
He had. I mean, so he's had 11 targets, 6 targets, 5 targets, 5 targets the last 4 weeks. Okay. So
what about this Kadarius Hodge? Did that happen when?
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck
Heineke was in.
I didn't watch that when Heineke came in, so I don't fucking know shit.
I'm just gonna look.
Okay, we're getting a little sexier here.
Heineke to Pitts for 14 yards. Heineke to Hodge for 14 yards. Oh, Heineke to Hodge for 52 yards.
Oh. I think Heineke over in this game seems pretty opportunistic and a whole being competitive.
The thing is remember, like the Falcons were playing from behind like the whole time. So
yes, they're definitely gonna run the ball. I mean, all right. So real quick, just this core, just building from the core. So we give it out. Minnesota +4, Jaron Hall over 202 yards passing, and Taylor Heineke over 212 yards passing is plus 525. I think that's pretty good price. Based on what we're seeing, I think both their prices are pretty low. Oh, they're backups. Oh, they're not going to perform well. Oh.
Damn it. Gotta do the whole refresh. But anyway, I'm gonna do the Heineke 222.
Excuse me.
Heineke 222 passing.
Yeah.
Okay, this Kadariel Hodge 65 yards plus 2,000.
Ooh, that's low. You said he had a 40-yard pass last week?
55-yard pass.
I mean, is he replacing Drake London? What was his...
This is what I know. This is what I know. Heineke targeted Hodge 3 times in the second half.
That's
obviously
not
when Heineke was playing.
That's not nothing. That's good.
And now you have no London. I like this. I think I maybe like this a little bit more than Pitts, because Pitts, I don't think Pitts is going to get like a 60-yard pass.
Probably not. He was 3 for 3. You're right. 75 yards.
65 yards plus 2,000. And Kyle, I mean, again, we like the Kyle Pitts angle, like, but that's still 104 plus 13 yards. So it's like, oh yeah, can you get a big Pitts game? You can, but can you just get like 2 passes to Hodge?
Yeah. I'm just doing a little more research.
And can you do alt lines on Bet Online?
No. I mean, like, maybe for the games, but not like to build a parlay, like in this sense.
So you, oh fuck. Atlanta points over 20.5.
Ugh.
Heineke 222, Hodge 65 yards, Atlanta over 20.5 points. Atlanta wins plus 4,300.
I could see it.
Oh, Darnell says Bet Online offers alt spreads only 90 minutes before kickoff. It's lame.
That sounds about right.
Maybe I need to bump Heineke yards up. No, because 65 doesn't need to be.
So Van Jefferson ran 31 routes last week. Hodge ran 16 routes last week. But obviously he got the deep balls.
Van Jefferson not nearly as attractive.
Yeah, no.
So you're saying Hodge only ran 16 routes?
Yep. I'm gonna stick with this. It's only 1,500 though.
I'm gonna do this. This is 25 to win 1,100 though. Heineke 222, Hodge 65, Atlanta over 20.5, and Atlanta wins plus 4,300.
I dig it. I dig it. All right, I'm gonna have to go here in a minute. Just FYI. I got babies.
All right, let's do one last one.
Well, you can do one last one. I gotta bounce. I got the babies. But I like this Atlanta one. I didn't put it in yet. I'm gonna fuck with it tomorrow before the game time. But yeah, I like this Atlanta angle a lot. Like Atlanta with Hull. I gotta find the right Hull angle. Is that his fucking name? Hull? Hull.
Yeah, man, it's Saturday night already. God.
Yeah, that's why we're doing
Game's
it.
starting 12 hours, man.
Sooner. I think the Germany game's sooner.
Oh, that's right.
So
I'm gonna sleep
Deutschland.
right through that one.
Deutschland.
Are you gonna
Yeah.
wake up for it?
No. I mean, I'm gonna wake up at 6 a.m. because I have kids. I fucking wake my ass up. So I gotta go.
All right, good stuff. Thanks everyone for joining. That was good.
Hopefully
Nice
y'all make
build.
money.
2 hours. Hopefully Darnell makes some money.
Hopefully. Darnell's consistent,
Doing
man.
well.
I think Darnell's gonna do well. I believe Darnell's gonna have a good week this week. Knock on wood.
Me too. All right, Kabir. Thanks everyone else. Thanks Darnell. See you next week. Good luck everyone tomorrow.
Bye.
Peace.